next this Friday night. The story's moving up across the internet. Joining me is Joel Veitch from rathergood.com. Good evening, Joel.
Hey there.
And first up, some 6 music saboteurs, potentially.
Well, yeah, so Radio 4 had Radio 6 explode onto its airwaves yesterday. There's been talk, obviously, because of Radio 6 being due for the chop, of it being the work of saboteurs. It turns out, actually, it's because of a problem with switching from a studio in London to a studio in Manchester for Mark Riley's show. And apparently they switched the wrong switch, and instead of moving studios on Radio 6, what they actually did was they put...
Could explain this cut through the arches, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, it replaced the very, Radio 4 programming, which is very Radio 4, isn't it? With the undertones, a bit of old school punk. So.
Six Music had probably tripled or quadrupled their audience just for that short bit. OK, big online campaign going on for that, isn't there, which is carrying on to save 6
momentum.
Music.
Yeah, it's got a hugely loyal support base, absolutely.
OK, we've moved on to these floating pliers that we can see there on the screen there. Explain this is bizarre. Google Street View, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like some kind of DIY version of Independence Day, isn't it? OK, so Google Street View, the cameras go along and photograph all around. They've got every street in the country. What's actually happened here is the Google engineer was trying to fix his camera with a pair of pliers and it's caught him in the act, which is a bit of a shame, really, because it's a slightly mundane explanation for something that looks so utterly wonderful.
This is in West Bromwich, I think,
It's in West Brom, yeah. Huge levitating pliers about to knock that chimney over there, yeah.
Well, if you want to find out where that is, actually go onto our website, skynews.com. We've got the detail of the roads that is on. Now, moving on, this watch that's made out of what exactly?
Right, yeah.
Be careful what you say here.
Yeah, now, it's an $11,000 watch, so you'd expect it to be made out of gold or platinum or something. Actually, it's made out of poo. Not just any poo, it's dinosaur poo, which are called coprolites, and it's kind of a fossilised rock poo. But poo nonetheless, yeah.
And costs a lot of money, I guess.
Well, $11,000, yeah.
So why is this any better than quartz?
Well, I'm not sure exactly whether it is any better. Right. It certainly has novelty value.
Talking of expensive, yeah, you're not wrong. Talking of expensive things, there's this TV that's just got an eye-watering price tag.
Yeah. OK, so this is the most expensive TV in the world. It's, I think, 28 kilograms of rose gold, 72 flawless diamonds and a bunch of other stuff on it. 55-inch HD, which is nice, but it's £1.5 million. So you'd want to really enjoy your viewing for £1.5 million.
What does it do for £1.5 million?
It is, it has a solid gold stand and loads of flawless diamonds all over it. That's what it does. Other than that, it's a 55-inch widescreen.
I think Pete Diddy's ordering one as we speak.
Yeah.
And who should advertisers be aware of? Beware of,
yeah. Basically, people are saying they need to be more aware of social media, which is no surprise. The Advertising Standards Authority, the ASA, unveiled a new kind of code of conduct this week saying that companies should be more socially responsible, but that's not what people are starting to realise now, is that rather than worrying about getting around the regulators, what they need to do is worry about actually pleasing consumers, because they now have a voice through social media. And if you greenwash, like pretend to have green credentials without actually really doing anything structural, and people find you out, you can find yourself with 1 million consumers across Twitter and Facebook and all the other social media, causing you serious problems. So people or corporations have to start being aware of pleasing individual consumers rather than just getting around regulations. OK, you're joining us for our Tech Unplugged slot in about half an hour or so. OK, thank you for taking us through those. Joel from rathergood.com. We'll see you later on in the programme.